last time a king had to ask permission to do something in their own castle? So you're asking for things on the planet that's in the world is already ours. You don't have to ask for anything. The world is ours. What are you asking for? Hello, my friends. It's that time again. Welcome to the Penniless One podcast. My name is Jesse W. Benson, but my friends call me J. Benz. In the last podcast, I talked about the importance of the number 3. So here it is, 3's popping up again. We're going to talk about the 3 most valuable possessions on earth. And we're also going to talk about how faith ties into those 3 things. So sit back and relax, and let's jump right into our show. So let's talk about the most valuable possession on earth. And if I were to ask you, what's the most valuable possession to you on earth? So let me ask you that. What's the most valuable possession to you on the planet? And some of you are thinking of things like your family, your loved ones, your children, the experiences that you have, so forth and so on. And I want to make sure, what my intention is today is to make sure that you understand what the most valuable possessions on earth are. The most valuable things on earth are. And so that you can take and utilize your abilities to enhance those things so that in this life you are happier, and in this life you are more successful, the best version that you could possibly be. And to do that, you have to understand what's valuable on earth. And the first one, number 1, the most valuable possession on earth is time. That's right, time. Not this, not that, not your friends, not your family, not your children, not time. Time is the most valuable possession on earth. Now, why is that? Why is it time? Well, first off, time is the impossible possession on earth. Time is the only thing we have and don't have at the exact same moment, what makes it impossible. Right? There's a few sayings that we have that ring true, right? Like, time flies when you're having fun. And it does. I mean, you think about it, Monday and Tuesday of the work week never goes as fast as a Saturday and Sunday if you're not at work. Right? And it's the same time period, but time flies when you're having fun. Time flies when you're doing something that you want to do. And when something is happening to you that you don't like, time just drags on. Which makes time a very special possession. Okay? It makes it impossible because time is numerical. Time is mathematical. Time is a number. And that number is infinite. And numbers are infinite. And there's so many things that you're taught and that we're taught as when we're growing up and as we go on through life, that some of these things that we're taught are not so much true. Like, for example, we've been taught that 1 plus 1 is 2. But 1 plus 1 isn't 2 because 1 is impossible and so is 2. 2 is impossible. And in fact, all numbers are impossible. So 1 plus 1 isn't 2. Why? Because numbers are infinite. So there's no such thing as 1. You're like, well, Jay Benz, what are you talking about? Well, this is what I'm talking about. If you had $1 that equals 1, well, that $1 could be cut in half. So $1 could be cut in half into 50 cents. Okay, that's a $0.50. But a $0.50 can be cut in half into a quarter. And if they were doing the system right, the quarter can be cut in half to, 12.5 cents. But they made a dime instead, which is 10 cents. But 10 cents can be cut down in half into a nickel. But everything can be cut down and smaller and smaller and smaller. And anything can be cut smaller and smaller and smaller. So all things are infinite. I'm going to repeat that. All things are infinite, which means they never go. They're always here because they can always break down into something smaller. Cells can break down into something smaller. Molecules can break down into things that are smaller. And so time itself is just like that. It's numerical. So when you start counting, when you really count, you don't start off with 1, you start off before 1, because there is a before 1. And I'm not talking about 0, because in between 0 and 1 lies all the other numbers. And then you get to 0.99, or 99 cents. But then there's a 0.999, which is 99 cents, and 0.9999, and 0.99999999999, on and on and on. So there is no 1. There's just 0.9, but there is not just 0.9 or 0.99, because then there's 0.98 and 0.9899999 and 0.999998. This thing is forever. And so what I'm really saying is you're never on time, because time is numerical and you're never late. So when you're early, you're late, and when you're late, you're early. Because there is no such thing as time being on time. The clock never really strikes 1, because the numbers never stop. And all that means that thing right there, time itself, is the most valuable thing that we have. You say, well, why is that? Because if you don't understand that time is the most valuable possession, you will not utilize it correctly. You won't appreciate it like you should. And so what you'll do is you'll find yourself wasting something that you don't have. Or you'll find yourself wasting something that you do have. You'll find yourself wasting time. You will do things with your time, and it will be it's just disrespectful. You'll disrespect time. Let's use that word. You'll disrespect time and end up placing it behind something else. You'll find yourself doing things that you don't want to do with your time. You'll find yourself utilizing time in places that you don't want to utilize it. And for us to grow and become the greater parts of ourselves, and for you to become the best you have to end up, and you have to ensure that you're allowing time to be utilized in your life correctly. You have to make sure that where you put your time and what you put your time and the effort that you put into it, you put efforts into things that you enjoy. And the more you can do that, and the more you can enjoy your time, the better off in life you're going to feel, and the better off in life you're going to be. That's how important time is. Want to see how valuable time is? Count it out. When you're doing something you love, like maybe a relaxing bath or a rest, maybe you want to get some rest and get some sleep. Watch how fast time flies. Watch how fast time goes by when you're resting. But then watch how slow time goes by when it's something painful. If you love someone and you think you're going through a very difficult time with them, watch how long that time it drags on. Right? You want to really see how impossible time is? Take your hand, put it over light a candle, put your hand over that flame and hold your hand over that flame, and see how long you can hold your hand over that flame, and see how slow time moves while it's burning your hand. If your hand was locked over that flame and you couldn't take it off, it would be a very long time. Even if you only had your hand over that flame for 5 seconds, 5 seconds will seem like 5 years when you're in pain. And that's how valuable time is. So what we should do is understand and know how valuable time is, and then make the most of our time. Now, the second most valuable possession on the earth is health. Oh, your health is very important. Well, how do we know health is number 2? Well, people need to be in good health. And we want to feel good about ourselves. And just because we look healthy don't mean we are healthy. And then there's the physical health, and then there's the mental health. But we need to be healthy. We are all trying to be healthy. Why? Well, we're trying to do that because we need more what? Time. You want to spend more time. So to be able to spend more time, you need to be in good health. Right? When you're in good health, when you're in a mentally stable place, you're mentally stable, you're physically healthy, time is good. But once you're in poor health, if you're sick and you're hurting and you're in pain, that time just drags on, and everyone's trying to ensure in this life that they are healthy. Because we want to have more time to do more things that we love. So health is the second most valued possession on the earth. And we have to spend more time ensuring that we're physically healthy and ensuring that we're mentally healthy. Why? So we can have more time to enjoy the things we love. Which leads to the third most valued possession on the earth, which is freedom. Now, however way you want to define what freedom is, a lot of people define it as being successful, and financial freedom is a thing as well. But freedom in general is the third most valued possession. In fact, when we're trying to punish people, and we're trying to be nasty with each other, and we're trying to correct some behavior, a lot of times what we'll do is take away somebody's freedom. And we'll take away their freedom for a good period of time. So freedom is the third most valued possession on earth. And you get taught that at an early age. When somebody puts you in a timeout, you know, a lot of parents put their children in timeout, they put them in the corner. They used to put us in the corner, or I remember in school what they used to do is we used to go outside for recess or gym. And sometimes when they wanted to punish us, you know, correct the behavior, they want to punish us, they would just not allow us to go out for recess. Because we'd be out for recess for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, and time flies when you're having fun. And so to punish you, they put you in the corner for 30 minutes. Not allow you to be out there with your friends. They're taking away your freedom. Even in this life, when you get in trouble, you may have to go to jail. They may put you in prison. What are they doing? They're taking away your freedom. Today, people are taking away their mental freedom. They get caught up on social media and the things that are being said, and all these different views, and what's happening is their mind is starting to be imprisoned. So you're taking away their mental freedom. Okay? Sometimes the things on this planet and the things in life cost so much that there's a financial freedom that you don't have. So now you're a prisoner financially. You can't go where you want to go. You can't do what you want to do because you just don't have enough money to do so. You want to stop working, and you want to enjoy more time with your family. You want to play more games, but you don't have the financial freedom to do so. You can't even feed yourself. You can't take care of yourself because of how much emphasis the world has on money. And so the third most valued possession on the planet is freedom. And so when you know that freedom is your third most valuable possession, you start to put efforts in making yourself free. You put more effort in becoming free. The freer you are, the better life you're going to have. But the only way to spend time, energy there is to know that it's the third most valued possession. So when we start putting other things above, the three most valuable things on the planet, when you put other things above them, what ends up happening is you end up having a life that you're not so proud of. You end up having a life that it doesn't make you feel good. You end up having a life where you're trying to convince others that you're happy, but you know you're not. I see this happen a lot of times, and people are not going to like me when I say this, but I see it happen a lot of times in different religions and different protocols that we put on ourselves. and we didn't take advantage of the three most valued possessions. And you kid yourself and say you're happy, but you know, you try to sell yourself that you're happy, but you know you're not. Because your focus wasn't there on the things that mattered on the planet the most. The third most valued possession is freedom. Second most valued possession is health. First most valued possession is time, and you need to have enough respect for all three of those valuable possessions and make the most out of all three. It's J. Benz, tell a friend. Woo! And let me tell you something. If you want inspiration, if you want motivation, then the Penniless podcast is for you. We gonna dive into it. We gonna laugh together. We gonna cry together. And we gonna grow together. Because that's what me and my crew do. So, if you want the gear is here. Okay? And we got the books on Amazon.com. So, The Penniless Soul of Juliet Rose and a violin for your pro. If you haven't gotten those, you are behind. You better get in where you fit in. Last but not least, reach out to us on the social media platforms. Facebook, Instagram, Snappy Chatty, Twitters. Do whatever you want to do, but make sure you hit us up. And last but not least, reach out to us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel. And now, let's get back to the podcast. Okay? Which leads us to the last part of this podcast, which is about faith. And all this is a big one. Okay? And so how do you tie it into the three possessions? Once you know the three most valuable possessions on the earth, you gotta have faith in knowing that you can be who you want to be. You can become who you want to become. And it's not hope. Let's separate the two right now. Faith and hope are not the same. One of these is not real and the other one is real. Okay? Faith is real. Hope is not. The thing like, never lose hope. Never lose hope. No. Don't never lose hope. Never lose faith. Hope you can do whatever you want with. Hope is not real. Hope is a dream. Hope is a wish. Faith is real. Faith is what you know. Somebody gave a definition of faith and said faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Well, then they take that and try to interpret that statement, and then it's interpreted wrong. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the substance of things. Wait, it's the substance of things. Was it things hoped for? No, it's the substance of things. So you get to have faith. Faith is concrete. Things are real. It's the substance of things. It's the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So that means faith is there even when you can't see it, it's there. It's the substance of things and the evidence of things. That's what faith really is. So if you don't understand faith, you won't put your faith in the third possession. You won't put your faith in that you're free. You won't believe you're free. So you won't put your faith in the second possession. You won't put your faith in that you're healthy. You won't believe that you're healthy. You won't put your faith in the most valued possession on the planet, which is time. You won't believe that time is yours. You won't believe that you own time. And that lack of faith, in conjunction with the three most valued possessions on the earth, will have you in a life that you don't enjoy. But once you know what faith really is, you don't have to ask for it anymore. I want you to think about that. You don't have to ask for it. Man, and people are praying, and they pray to God or they pray to whoever. They put it out there in the universe. Whatever you're doing, when you're praying, a lot of times we're praying for the wrong things. It's because you're praying because of a lack of faith. You say, well, Jay Benz, what do you mean? And here's where the rubber hits the road. Your faith is too small. You keep praying for things because you have little faith. Oh, ye of little faith. You are praying for things because your faith is small. You don't have to ask for something that you already have. So when you're praying, and when you're asking for things, you're praying incorrectly. I want you to think about that. When you're asking for something, you're praying for it wrong. You say, oh, Lord, please bless me. Bless me, Lord, with a new house. Bless me, Lord, with a new car. Bless me, Lord, to have finances. What are you talking about? Your faith is too small. What are you asking for? You know, if mankind is made in the image of God, what are you asking for? It's be like my children. My children in my home, they don't ask me to use the restroom. You know? They don't do that. They don't say, hey, can I use the restroom? They know they live here. They know they can go to the restroom anytime because they know it's theirs. They've taken possession of it. When the last time a king had to ask permission to do something in their own castle? So you're asking for things on the planet that's in the world is already ours. You don't have to ask for anything. The world is ours. What are you asking for? Kings and queens don't ask for anything. They just do. And that's faith. You don't ask for a new car. You don't ask God to bless you with a car. You thank God for blessing you with a car. You don't ask God for a car. You thank God for inventing the wheel. Okay? You don't ask God to be prosperous. You thank God for that prosperity exists. We don't have to pray to God and ask Him for a sound mind and a sound body. You thank God that a sound mind and a sound body is already there. You don't ask God to make you a great football player. You thank God that the NFL exists. You don't ask God to make you a great basketball player. You thank God that LeBron James showed you what a great basketball player is. You see? That's what faith is. You get out of asking for things that you already know you have. If you know you're a king and you know you're a queen, or you know you're a prince and you know you're a princess, why would you ask to go anywhere in the kingdom? Why would you ask your father to go anywhere in the castle? You wouldn't. When the last time a prince asked to go to the royal garden? When the last time a princess asked if she can go to the royal ballroom? They don't. Because they already know it's theirs. But I do actionable things now because I have faith. I don't ask to be free, I am free. I don't ask to be healthy, I am healthy. I don't ask for more time, I am time. And once you understand the power of the three most valuable possessions on the earth, and you understand the power and what true faith really is, and how faith without works becomes dead. Once you know this, and you take that faith and you lock it in with those three valuable possessions and you put those together, there is nothing and no one that can stop you from getting what you know you should have. My name is Jesse W. Benson, the Penniless One, and I'm signing off.